Learning more about one of the men arrested for a shooting after a parade yesterday in the Trinity Gardens area of Mobile. We've now learned one of those suspects had also been arrested for 2 other shooting incidents in Mobile. 3 men, including 19-year-old Isaiah Kelly, were arrested Saturday on several charges after 3 people were hit by gunfire after the Trinity Gardens parade. But Kelly is no stranger to gun violence. Kelly was arrested and charged back in 2015 for being one of 7 teenagers who surrounded and shot a woman during a carjacking attempt. This is surveillance video taken that night. It happened at Dauphin and Monterey Streets. The victim, Maria Williamson, was on her way home from working at Mellow Mushroom when she was surrounded and shot in the face. Kelly admits to being there when it happened, but another suspect admitted to pulling the trigger. Williamson lost her right eye in the incident. Kelly was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Kelly was most recently arrested this past November after shots rang out in the parking lot at the Thomas Sullivan Community Center following a birthday party. He was charged with shooting 2 teenagers. Kelly was out on bond for that last arrest when the shooting at Trinity Gardens took place. Kelly is currently still in jail.
Tonight, a pet sitter in Pasco is recovering after being held at gunpoint and raped. After 24 hours, detectives believe they have their man. Melanie Michael is live at the Pasco County Jail with the story.
Neighbors finally breathing a sigh of relief, Keith, after a man was caught tonight, and they are again breathing a sigh of relief after being on edge. Neighbors in Newport Richey anxious to share the news. Their street was safe once again.
All I do know is that they got him. And I just want to let you know.
A terrifying 24 hours finally over.
Anything can happen in a split second. Anything. And it's crazy to think that that happened just a couple of doors down.
The guy who got away, now busted and booked. A 23-year-old career criminal, Anton Dawkins, accused of raping a woman at 8 a.m. Monday morning.
It's crazy that the things people would do in this world is just ridiculous. I don't see why anybody would do that to anybody.
This neighborhood filled with families like Hector Ruiz, his wife, and 2 children. Those who live here still shaken and shocked, knowing a 71-year-old pet sitter taking care of cats for a friend was tortured and raped on the job.
People are just doing things that are just, they do terrible things to each other.
Turns out the key to solving this awful crime? A Gatorade bottle, where the bad guy left a good clue, his fingerprint.
Tonight, we're getting our first look at the Oakland couple charged with murdering a volunteer with the Alameda County Sheriff's Office. And Night Beat's Kristen Ayers reveals there are also some disturbing new details in this case.
Family members of the suspects emerged from court wordlessly today, moments after Laura Rogers and her boyfriend Curtis Taylor faced a judge in court. Tonight, gruesome new details are emerging about the murder of Rogers' friend Carla Ramirez. Ramirez was found beaten and stabbed to death here in East Oakland's Arroyo Viejo Park Wednesday. Her body burned beyond recognition. Court documents released today reveal what Rogers told police about the murder, that she had planned for several days on killing Ramirez and discussed it with her boyfriend Taylor. Sources say she even went so far as to rehearse the murder. On November 3rd, Rogers told police she lured Ramirez to drive to Arroyo Viejo Park, where sources say she stabbed her repeatedly. Once the assault was taking place, Taylor assisted with pouring the gasoline over Ramirez, and sources say setting her on fire. Court records show Rogers told authorities she threw out the knife, gas can, and the clothing she was wearing here at the Days Inn in Hayward. This is where officers found the evidence. Tonight, authorities say Laura Rogers, a former counselor at Youth Uprising, is on suicide watch.
We have nothing to say.
Friends and family of Carla Ramirez mourned her at a candlelight vigil Saturday. She was an Alameda County Sheriff's Deputy Explorer for 4 years. And tonight, the Sheriff's Department says letters